down by the river today and I'm doing something a little bit different. Usually in these videos I do, you see me targeting specific species, showing you how I go about catching those. Today, all I'm doing is one thing that really brings the joy of fishing back, in my opinion, and that is I've just got light feeder rod set up. I've got a mix of very simple baits and I'm just fishing for anything I can catch. So regarding bait, I've got a pot of maggots here. These are just reds, in my opinion. Every fish like them, so that's what I've gone with. And then in the bucket, I've got a mix of hemp and casters. And that's all I'm using today. I've put 10 or 11 feeders out of bait already, so let's see what I can catch. Not fishing very far out. About there, just feathering the feeder down, making sure it hits the bottom nice, and just setting it up in the rest and leaving it. This is a very simple way of fishing. It is in some ways similar to barbel fishing or bream fishing, I suppose. But all in all, it's just a nice simple way of fishing. Even on a day like today, it's not the sunniest day, it's nice and overcast, but it can still be a bit wary and a bit painful in a way on your eyes. So a pair of Polaroid sunglasses, these are Fortis, are very essential. Oh, and I've got my first bite, I think. Well, here we go. I've hooked my first fish and I do believe it's a barbel. How ironic is that? Doesn't feel like a huge fish, but for my first fish on my first cast to be a barbel, I'm quite happy with that. Let's play him in. One thing I do love about barbel, and I cannot say it enough, is how well they fight. Sometimes you can be hooked up to barbel even on strong gear, 2-pound test curve rods and 14 or 15-pound mainline, and they give you a right fight, and that's what I love about them. You know, you can always guarantee that you're going to get a good fight off a barbel. So I'm going to keep playing this one in and I'll see you hopefully when I've landed it. Oh, and he's in the net. Lovely. Well, here's the first fish, first cast. A lovely barbel, maybe 4.5, 5 pound, caught on the light gear. And as an old friend of mine likes to say, they might get bigger, but they don't get better. What a lovely fish that put up a lovely fight on some light gear. I've had the fish rested for a little while now and he's ready to go, and off he goes. Beautiful. Just about to make my second cast here. I want to take this time just to talk to you about boats. Now, on some rivers they aren't so much of an issue, like for example the Middle Severn or the Derwent or the Wye, but on the Trent and bigger rivers there can be a problem. And now what I mean by that is They go past a bit too fast and it's just not good for the riverbank. There we go, another barbel. Oh. See, this is what can happen sometimes, especially at the start of a session. You hook a few barbel, and what happens is you catch a few and they get wary, and then you start to catch the silvers as well. Here he is. Oh, he's a bit of a bigger fish. Might be a double him. Oh, and he's in the net. Lovely. Once again, I'll get this fish rested, unhooked in the net, and I'll hold him up for the camera. Well, another lovely barbel here. Bit bigger than the last, but what a lovely fish either way. Just goes to show that on the simplest methods, you can catch fish all the way from a tiny little roach to big barbel like this. And this to me is what brings the joy back into fishing. I've hooked another barbel. Here we go. Oh, this feels a bit of a better fish. I'll play him in and I'll get him on the camera for you. Just want to take a minute to say today what I'm fishing with is a Cadence 1.5 pound test curve specimen rod, and I'm playing a lovely, not sure about the size, but a lovely barbel. I've had a few barbel already today. They're feeding well and they sure put up a good fight on this rod. Oh, that's a much better fish. Well, another beautiful barbel, probably 7 or 8 pound. This is what it can be like, and then all of a sudden it'll just go dead and you'll start catching other species. But for now, I'm really enjoying catching these lovely barbel on light gear. Here we go, another barbel. Beautiful. Here we go. Smaller fish here. What is it? Ah, look at that. A lovely River Trent dace. This is what I said about when fishing the way I am, you can catch pretty much anything, from barbel to lovely little dace like this. Just hooked another barbel. Oh God, is it going? Oh, that's a better fish. Much better fish. There we go, he's coming. And it's in the net. Lovely. Well, it just goes to show, fishing for anything really can catch you anything. From a little, tiny little dace to a low double barbel like this. What a lovely fish on really light gear. I'm absolutely over the moon. I get a release on this lovely fish now. He's lively, he's definitely ready to go. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. And there he goes, back into the depths of the mighty River Trent. Here we are to end the day. A lovely pike that took a dace as I was reeling it in. Probably £8. What a lovely fish to end the day. Thank you all for watching. Tight lines, and I'll see you all in the next video. I'm getting back, I think he's quite lively.